Ever been doing all the inner work, but still feel like nothing really lands? You journal, you meditate, you release, you reparent, you do breath work, you shake, you cry, you feel, and yet you still loop back into the same patterns. Today, we're naming the reason why. Welcome to Daily Power Boost. Ignite your potential, the podcast where your transformation begins. I'm Shawn Michael, and each day I'll bring you quick, impactful insights and action steps to fuel your personal and professional growth. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a leader, or someone ready to break limits and ignite greatness, this is your daily power boost to crush obstacles, stay focused, and awaken the extraordinary potential within you. Because remember, greatness begins within. Let's go. Last episode, we tackled the craving for confirmation, and if you need proof, you're still performing. This episode takes us one layer deeper because even the healing can become another performance. Healing without identity work is just a wellness distraction. It feels productive, it looks intentional, but underneath, you're still anchored to the same self image. You're not actually transforming, you're just upgrading the coping mechanisms of the old identity. Let me show you what I mean. You can regulate your nervous system, but still choose relationships that reflect who you used to be. You can go to therapy every week and still define yourself by the same labels you claimed in your trauma era. You can be calm, but still be contracted inside the identity that needed to survive. Because here is the truth. If your self concept doesn't evolve, your healing can't integrate. You'll keep getting relief, but not transformation. Insight, but no identity shift. Why does this happen? Because so much of modern healing focuses on emotions and skips the ego attachments we've built around the pain. You don't just have trauma in your body, you have stories wrapped around it. Beliefs, titles, roles, coping characters. And if you never update those, you stay in healing loops instead of life shifts. You don't need another release. You need a reintroduction. Not who hurt me, but who am I now that I'm not hurting anymore? Who am I when I stop building my identity around recovery? Let's take it further. So many high functioning people are walking around in emotional recovery, but still operating from the version of themselves who only knew how to hustle, hide, and hold it all together. They're resourced, but still reactive, grounded, but still guarded. They've mastered somatic safety, but still lead from psychological survival. Healing can calm the storm, but identity anchors the transformation. Until your self image shifts, your system will keep defaulting back to the old emotional GPS. You'll think you've outgrown something until pressure hits, and suddenly you're back over delivering, over controlling, overthinking, and you wonder, I thought I healed this. But what really happened? You outperformed the pain, but didn't rewrite who you believe you are without it. Let's take a breath. What can you do this week? Name the identity anchor. What role, label, or belief are you still carrying from your healing season? Ask, is this who I am or who I had to be to survive? Match healing with your self concept. Say it out loud. I am safe to update who I am. Then journal who you're becoming, not just what you're releasing. Build from wholeness. Don't just regulate, rebuild. Choose one decision this week from your evolved identity instead of your emotional history. And if it feels unfamiliar, good. That's the point. Because true healing doesn't just soothe the nervous system, it rewires your identity to match your wholeness. That's today's Daily Power Boost. If you're tired of doing all the work but still feeling like the same version of yourself, this is your invitation to shift from healing to identity. Get on my calendar for a Success Blockers call, and let's pinpoint the outdated self-image that's quietly holding you back. Or join the Real Mastery Hub at realmasteryhub.com. We help leaders recalibrate from identity outward, not just mindset inward. On the next episode, it's you're evolving too slowly because you're overly attached to who you used to be. When nostalgia becomes a cage and your old excellence becomes your current limitation, we'll unpack the emotional loyalty that keeps you growing just enough to not scare the old version of you. It's time to let go of who you were so you can lead from who you've become. Till then, stop looping, shift identity, heal forward, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in to Daily Power Boost. Ignite your potential. Remember, transformation starts with action. So take today's insight, make it your own, and awaken your inner potential. Because remember, greatness begins within. Catch you tomorrow for your next Power Boost.